Welcome to this longest night service at First Presbyterian Church in Bend, Oregon. My name is Koski, the lead pastor at First Presbyterian. You know, at First Presbyterian, you'll meet people at many different places, theologically, spiritually. We love it that way. We want to be a place where our diversity brings us together and our conversations take us deeper in our understanding and relationship with God. We call this kind of faith a spacious Christianity. We don't ask anyone to sign creeds or agree with statements of belief. The way of faith is a way of being in the world, a faith that shows itself in love. So please know that you're welcome. Tonight is the longest night of the year. And it's a worship service where we welcome your whole self. You know, recognizing this time of year can be challenging for those who've experienced loss and grief, for those who suffer from anxiety and depression, or for those who are simply struggling and finding life especially hard right now. This is a worship service where we can find refuge from the bright lights, from the holiday songs, from celebrations and the expectation of everyone around us. On the longest night, when the dark night seems endless, may love find us here. May this be a safe space for us to admit our pain, our loss, our fears, where no one will judge us. No one will tell us to be happy or merry, and no one will think less of us because we cannot celebrate this season. Above all, no one will find our tears inconvenient or inappropriate. In this service on this longest night, when the dark night seems endless, may love find us here. Here in this time, we will contemplate once again love being born in a filthy, stinky, messy manger. And we will wonder if there is no mess or brokenness in our lives and our world that God is not willing to step into. On this we call the longest night, the night when the darkness seems endless. May love find us here. May love find you wherever and however you are.
Spring come and chill our spirits by thine advent here, and drive away the shades of night, and pierce the clouds and bring us light.
We invite you to this liturgy of remembering, where we will light the 4 candles of Advent. The first candle we light to mark the pain of loss, the loss of relationships, the loss of jobs, the loss of health. We pause to gather up the pain of the past. We offer it to God, asking that from God's hands we may receive the gift of healing and peace. Let us remember the light that shines in the darkness.
The second candle we light to remember those whom we have loved and lost. We pause to remember their name, their face, their voice, the memory that binds them to us in this season, and the love that binds us forever. Let us remember the light that shines in the darkness.
The third candle we claim for ourselves, making space to be where we are and how we are. Let us remember the light that shines in the darkness.
The fourth candle we light for the world. We pause and remember places of violence, slavery, war, injustice, and oppression. We remember those who have no voice and little power. We remember the courage of peacemakers and healers who risk their lives to bring hope to others. Let us remember the light that shines in the darkness.
The Christ candle remains unlit as a sign of waiting for a future that is unknown, but where we trust God's love will meet us, even in our uncertainty.
I believe in the sun. I believe in the sun, even when it's not shining. I believe in the sun. I believe in the sun, even when it's not shining. I believe in love. I believe in love, even when I don't feel it. I believe in love, even when I
I want to offer you this poem on this longest night service by David White. The poem is called Sweet Darkness. I'll read the poem twice. The first time, I just invite you to allow the poem to meet you where you are and how you are. Here it is. Once again, it's called Sweet Darkness. When your eyes are tired, the world is tired also. When your vision has gone, no part of the world can find you. It's time to go into the dark, where the night has eyes to recognize its own. There you can be sure you are not beyond love. The dark will be your home tonight. The night will give you a horizon further than you can see. You must learn one thing. The world was made to be free in. Give up all the other worlds, except the one to which you belong. Sometimes it takes darkness and the sweet confinement of your aloneness to learn anything or anyone that does not bring you alive is too small for you. And now I will read the poem a second time. And this time you might ask yourself, on this longest night, where might be the invitation for you in this poem? Sweet darkness. When your eyes are tired, the world is tired also. When your vision has gone, no part of the world can find you. It's time to go into the dark, where the night has eyes to recognize its own. There you can be sure you are not beyond love. The dark will be your home tonight. The night will give you a horizon further than you can see. You must learn one thing. The world was made to be free in. Give up all the other worlds, except the one to which you belong. Sometimes it takes darkness and the sweet confinement of your aloneness to learn anything or anyone that does not bring you alive is too small for you.
Come and lament with me. We are in this together. Come and let sorrow make you strong. Come and lament for broken hearts and lives, for lovers who leave and parents who abandon, for those who are hungry and teenagers who grow up too soon, for the break that never comes and the bills we can't pay, for our tired bodies and souls. Come and lament. Because today, and most days, we are both broken and beautiful. Come and lament with me. We are in this together. Come and lament with me for those who flee violence and seek refuge, for those who are starving, for those who try to find peace by starving themselves, for those who have been abused and the cancer that spreads, for blisters and stubbed toes and hairs that split, for those we love who never get better, for those who can't get warm enough to sleep, for those who wake to find that their beautiful dreams are not real, for betrayal, heartbreak, and all who are lonely. Come and lament. For today and most days, we are both broken and beautiful.
There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us. There is mercy enough, there is grace enough, there is love enough for all of us.
Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valleys, I'm not afraid, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely your goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Psalm 27, verses 1 and 4 through 5. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? One thing I ask from the Lord, this only do I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord and to seek him in his temple. For in the day of trouble, he will keep me safe in his dwelling. He will hide me in the shelter of his sacred tent and set me high upon a rock.
Psalm 139, verses 7 to 10. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the very depths of hell, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast.
Lamentations, chapter 3, verses 19 through 23. I remember my afflictions and my wandering, the bitterness and the grief. I well remember them, and my soul is downcast within me. Yet this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed. God's compassions never fail. God's mercies are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness.
The Gospel of John, chapter 14, verse 27. Jesus said, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid."
Romans 8, verse 38 and 39. For I am convinced that there are no angels or demons. There is nothing in the past or in the future. There are no powers. There is nothing in all creation. There is nothing in life or death that can ever separate us from the love of God that has been revealed to us in Christ Jesus our Lord.
Tonight is the night, the longest night, when the night is longest and the dark seems deepest. I've been pondering a story I heard on NPR. Scientists who study celestial movements discovered that on this day when the earth is the farthest away from the sun, and when the darkness of night is the longest, what we call the longest night, or winter solstice, there is the briefest moment when the earth actually pauses. The earth has reached the outermost part on its annual journey. Movement ceases. And the world, for a moment, is still. For just the shortest moment, all is quiet and calm. It has the feel of a sacred pause. And then the world begins to move again, but in a different direction, back towards the light. On this longest night of the year, I'm thinking of all who feel the darkness deep in their bones. I'm thinking of those who yearn for the light, but find themselves lost in the shadows without a pinprick of brightness. I'm thinking of so many who feel caught in an endless night with no sign that the night will end and the dawn will come. I'm thinking of those of you who've lost loved ones, or jobs, or relationships, or maybe you've lost yourself. I'm thinking of those who struggle through each day. Those who are so tired that each morning feels like an uphill climb. Those whose bodies and spirits are assaulted by the injustices and hate in this world. Those who are surrounded by chaos and noise and fear and hopelessness. I'm thinking of those who find it hard to trust that the light will ever come again for them. Our prayer tonight, when the night is the longest and the dark seems deepest, is that we each might feel that moment of stillness, that pause, the moment when the darkness is quiet, is peaceful, is whole. That moment when the entire world is together in the sacred pause. And may the sacred pause that will happen this night grace you with a deep awareness of a love from which you can never be separated. May you experience an unexpected peace in that moment of pause, a peace that calms your anxious thoughts, that helps you enter into the quiet that sits beneath the chaos. You know, I read a story about a woman with a brain injury. And then she would sometimes just simply fall to the floor. And people around her would rush to her aid and would immediately want to help her. And what they would do first and immediately was they would try to get her back on her feet. And she said that usually she actually wasn't quite ready to get back on her feet. And this woman said, you know, I think people rush to help me up because they're so uncomfortable with seeing an adult so vulnerable, helpless, lying on the floor. But what I really need is for someone willing to be vulnerable enough to get down here on the ground and the floor with me. Friends, the mystery we celebrate in the birth of this child is the vulnerability of God's love entering and sharing our story, getting down on the ground with us, meeting us where we are in our pain and our grief, and sharing that pain. God is with us tonight. May you feel the freedom to feel what you need to feel, to be how you need to be. The love from which you can never be separated in life or death will meet you there. In the sacred pause of this longest night, when the night is longest and the dark seems deepest, may we be graced with the faith to trust the light is coming.
past the clouds and bravest night. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Shall come to thee, O Israel. Shall come to thee, O Israel.
I offer this blessing for tonight, the longest night, by Jan Richardson. All through these months, as the shadows have lengthened, this blessing has been gathering itself, preparing for this night. This blessing will reach you even if you have not light enough to read it. It will find you, even though you cannot see it coming. You will know the moment of its arriving by your release of the breath you have held for so long, a loosening of the clenching in your hands, of the clutch around your heart, a thinning of the darkness that had drawn itself around you. This blessing does not mean to take the night away, but it knows its hidden roads, knows the resting spots along the path, knows what it means to travel in the company of a friend. So when this blessing comes, take its hand, get up, set out on the road you cannot see. On this longest night, you can trust that any direction you go, you'll be walking toward the dawn. Friends, on this very night, when the night is the longest and the dark seems the deepest, may you be graced with unexpected peace and the faith to trust that the light is coming. May it be so.